כל השנה הלכות בכל יום. הובטח לו שהוא בן עולם הבא. ישיבת שילה היא ישיבת Shalom Bayit. Bezrat Hashem, we're starting the discussion of the two mitzvot deoraita. Today is the 12th of Mar Cheshvan, Parashat Vayera, Sunday. The first mitzvah of the day is going to be mitzvah Shelo lekalel Nasi. We are prohibited from cursing Nasi. We'll discuss that in a second, what that means. And also mitzvah 72, Shelo lehagdim chukei hatvuot. We have also laws of requirements of how to separate maaser. Please join us for a few minutes. And you should not do it out of order. So today's mitzvot are sponsored in Nishmat. We still have this week is Yecheskel Daniel ben Rav Avishai Halevi Shlit. The next week already have somebody else sponsored. So just letting you know. So please, anybody wants to sponsor, let us reach out to us, please. Okay, mitzvah 71. Shelo lekalel et hanasi sheneimar. It says in the Torah we're not allowed to curse nasi. Okay, what is a nasi? It says in the Torah, Shmot, 22nd chapter, 27 pasuk. V'nasi b'amacha lo ta'or. You're not allowed to curse this nasi. Ubo hapirush shahanasi ze hamelech. So the rabbis explained to us that the nasi, we're talking about a person who is in charge, a melech, a king. Ve'omnam ze halav kolel kemo ken hanasi she'b'Yisrael. Obviously, this is talking about nasi, this melech, which is amongst the Jewish nation. Vehu rosh sanhedre gdola shenikra nasi gam ken. So it also includes a chief of the Knesset Gdola, the Sanhedrin Gdola. Sorry, we have Sanhedrin Gdola. We have two Sanhedrin, right? In the Torah, in the time of the Beit Mikdash, there were two Sanhedrin. One Sanhedrin, two Sanhedrin. One Sanhedrin was 71. That was called Sanhedrin Gdola. And then we had Sanhedrin 23, which was doing the Dinei Nefashot. Anything that happens to do with murder, or Shabbat Chas or any Avodah Zarah, anything that's gonna, any outcome that's gonna decree a murder on a perpetrator, the perp, that will require a Sanhedrin of 23 judges. So Sanhedrin Gdola is 71, and there is a Rosh, and there's a person who's in charge of that. That is called Nasi. What do we need Sanhedrin Gdola for? 71 is declaration.
72 actually, no?
71.
71 with the Rosh?
Yeah. 71. What you're talking about would have been no. There's no 72. It's 71. Okay. Anyway, so now this Sanhedrin Gdola, what did they decree? They decree laws of that has anything to do with the community in large. Let's say they would wage war, on any country or whatever for any purpose. Then they will decree a city. If the city that has to be destroyed, so it's no longer a case of Sanhedrin Ktana. This is a city that does the entire city of Dozara. It comes to them, and also many other decrees that they decreed on Am Yisrael, which concerned. So now this person who is in charge will be also included in this love and this prohibition. 71. You're not allowed to curse him, right? So what's the many people I'm pressing this issue for many years. If arur means a curse, right? So how come the Torah switches all the time? For instance, this parasha which just passed Lech Lecha, what does it say there? And Hashem says to Abraham, kalalecha aor. What does it say? And anyone who curses you, I will aor. So you understand? I don't understand. If arur means the same thing, it's the same word, aor or arur. If it means a curse, so the Torah should just openly say, kalalecha akalel, and whoever curses you, I will curse. Why does Hashem say the word kalalecha aor? What's the significance of changing the word? And why are you saying this aor? So I wanted to explain that arur really does not mean curse. Arur is the shoresh of the word. Arur is or, a light. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu is saying, I will illuminate. What is going on here? My perush on this pasuk was very simple. Kalalecha aor. Hashem is saying, those who curse you, I will aor. I will illuminate. What is the purpose of that? Very simple. The fact is that Hashem is talking about that you're not allowed to curse the Nasi, right? Who curses Nasi out loud? Not in America. In America, freedom of speech. They curse Biden, they curse Bush, they curse Trump out open, right? But in reality, most people, in those that have a little bit hard to themselves, will not curse a Nasi out loud, right? Nobody would dare to curse Abraham out loud. Abraham was the prince of the whole world. He was saved from Ur Kasdim. He was thrown into the fire, and what happened? He came out alive. So nobody's going to curse him out loud. But what happens? Kalalecha aor, and Hashem says that whoever curses you, I will illuminate him. Why? Because those people who curse you quietly, most people will curse you quietly. Hashem says, I will reveal their curses to you, and that's what means ma'or. And now, what is the gain out of this word? Aor, that like this. If somebody curses privately, right? So he is ashamed, he's afraid of something. So, and what is kalel? What does kalala means? The best way to curse is ayn hara. The best way to penetrate a person, what's his name? His bracha is to give him ayn hara. So when you give him ayn hara, right? That will illuminate his bracha, and therefore when he illuminates his bracha, that is the curse. How do you bring ayn hara? We know by saying Hashem, he really doesn't deserve it. The moment you open the mouth, the Jew opens his mouth, right away there starts a judgment. Okay? So HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, anybody that curses you, I will illuminate, meaning I will make them ayn hara. I will put the ayn hara on them. That's the curse. The real curse is the ayn hara. So Hashem is actually saying to Abraham Avinu, that's why he's not saying, kalalecha akalel, whoever curses you, I will curse. He's actually saying, those who curse you, I will illuminate, aor. And Bezat Hashem, hopefully, that will settle in mind. And also, a lot of people ask me right away, so what it says over there, Arur HaShochev, right? Arur, the curse is the one that says, cursed. Everybody's translating the word Arur, cursed. Over there in the parasha of the Har HaGrizim, in the mountains, right? Hareval, that by the mountains, they said, whoever sleeps with his this, with that. So I said, that's right. Over there, it's very simple, very clear to understand. The Gemara says, anybody who does any frivolous act of adultery, or any abominable act, it will become public. Or, same thing, illuminated. People think they're doing Avera with a private lady, and everybody's fine. He's enjoying himself. Nobody's going to know about Avera. Or Hashem says, I promise you, everybody will know about it. You think you're going to enjoy yourself and that's it? I'll let you know, everybody. So that's what Aor over there means, Arur. It doesn't really. I have a very hard time understanding. Arur means a curse. Very hard time. Anyway, somebody could do it. Please let me know if you could explain to me how. I don't want to hear just because everybody translates it to mean curse. That's what it means. I'm not such a person. I need to have an explanation. Just because all the rabbis in the world said Arur means a curse, Rabbi, and that's it. How can you talk? Yeah. Okay. So explain to me how. Don't just tell me the word means that. If you see all over the Torah, it really doesn't mean. The word Arur really does not mean a curse. But the same as Klala. Otherwise, why change it? Okay, anyway. So the Torah tells the same thing. You're not allowed to curse a Nasi. What is Hashem going to do? It says if you curse a Nasi, that it is also done privately. So you're not allowed to do that. לפי שכוונת הכתוב להיזהר על כל מי שהוא ראש שררה על ישראל בין ממשלות ומלכות בין ממשלת תורה. So we have same thing. That people always take a what's his name? They hate people who are in charge because they don't like what they do. So therefore, they think that they could do better, obviously, and that's why the Torah tells us be very careful how you talk about a Nasi. Now we're not talking about now. So the question is, the Rabbi did say over here, Ben Mamsheret Malchut, Ben Mamsheret Torah. So now it probably is going to be a big machlokes over here. The Chinuch tell you, Mashma, today you have in Medinat Israel. We don't call it. I don't call it Eretz Israel, unfortunately, because we don't have Eretz Israel in our hands. We have such a thing called Medina. We have a country, a government of Israel, the government which is designed to go against Torah. So the Rabbi says over here, Ben Mimshelet Malchut, Ben Mimshelet Torah. That's what you think. Okay, do me a favor. Until I see Bibi Netanyahu with Piyot and Kippah and Bezat Hashem, stop Mechalel Shabbat, they will talk. Shas doesn't mean anything. Anyway, so over there, how I call it in Eretz Israel. It's not Eretz Israel, unfortunately. It's Medinat Israel. Sounds like, because the reason why I'm going to bring it out is that there was a rabbi, a big Mukubal, who said that he cursed Ariel Sharon. After what Ariel Sharon did, obviously, this is what Chacham over here thinks. We have Shas, and therefore we're going to have power. Nothing. Ariel Sharon also had Shas, and in the end he threw out thousands and thousands of families from Gush Katif, caused tzarot till today. People have no houses because of this tzaddik, so to speak, tzaddik king that we had. Also, he was also from the right party. He was, again, we said earlier today, there is no, we don't vote for no parties. We daven to Hashem. You vote, but you don't vote as the Ikar. Okay, Meshah Mitzvah. So the question was he allowed to curse Ariel Sharon when he performed that? Sounds like over here that it has to be, that Mamshalah has to be done according to the Torah. So even though he's saying maybe not, but maybe not. Maybe, I see over here there's a bet. Maybe there's a big discussion. What does it mean? Can you really curse Ariel Sharon or any president today in Israel who go against Torah? But maybe not. But mashma, there's a big machlok over here. Anyway, we just want to say that there's a question. משורשי המצווה, the foundation, לפי שאי אפשר לשוב בני אדם מבלי שיעשו אחד מבניהם ראש על האחרים לעשות מצוותו ולקיים גזירותיו. So obviously the settlements cannot exist unless there's somebody in charge. There has to be somebody in charge. You don't have to agree with him on everything, but you cannot also curse him. That's the Isur. The Isur is if you are cursing him, shalom, then what's going to be? If that's going to be the case, many people will be afraid to go to that tafkid. The bottom line, that line has to be drawn, and there has to be rules set in order to have peace. But again, Bezrat Hashem, hopefully, we will have back our Eretz Israel, and we will have back Eretz Israel only Bezrat Hashem when we will have Malchut of Hashem in there, and not Malchut of Christianity that's controlling it right now. Rahman al-Islam. Therefore, so the rabbi says over here, we have to have a settlement. So in order to understand that, we have to have somebody in charge, and Bezrat Hashem, hopefully we will have a person who's a Torah mindset to lead us. מדיני המצווה, מה שאמרו זכרונם לברכה, שאין חייב עליו אלא המקללו בשם או בכינוי. So now, we said that you're not allowed to curse a Nasi. What are we talking about? What is this curse that we're discussing? Many people don't understand. Oh, may he die. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. And also Malkut. Let's say you have two witnesses that give a guy a warning. Don't curse the king, or don't curse the Ra'av Beidin. He has to say, I don't care what you say. I will say, may Yud Kei Vav Kei curse him. He has to say Mamash Shem Malchut, or say in a certain way that is another way of using Hashem's name. That will require him. If two witnesses heard that, they will come and give him a lashes 39 for that. Okay, so now, only one time 39. No, the guy who curses a Nasi actually receives 39 times 3. Okay, so we're talking about 108 lashes. For what? Mishum Elokim lo tikalel. So we have what? First prohibition was, the Torah says, don't curse Elokim. Who is Elokim? You know? Elokim is, Elohim, I'm sorry, I should say Elokim, it's Elohim. You should not curse Elohim. Who is Elohim? In the Torah, when you hear the word Elohim, many times it actually refers to a judge. A judge is a person Elohim, as we see that Moshe Rabbeinu, right? It says that Aaron was your Navi, and Adat Yelol Elohim, and you will be his Elohim. It doesn't mean God, it means a judge over there. Moshe Rabbeinu was the judge. Okay? So one thing it says in the Torah, we're not allowed to curse a judge. So that's Elohim. That's one Malkut. And obviously the king has so maybe that's why. So right away we see on this mitzvah, the continuation of the mitzvah, it really doesn't talk about Mibshala. Ariel Sharon was not included in this. Why? Because Ariel Sharon was not a judge. He was just whatever person in charge. He was not whatever. I shouldn't say whatever. He was elected to be a president or whatever, prime minister. But still, he was not in this Agdara. It requires him to be a judge. Ariel Sharon was actually prohibited. The president is not allowed to be a judge, not to have conflict of interest. So maybe he's already separated from this. Then, so that's one reason. And because it says in the Torah, you're not allowed to curse a president, Nasi, somebody in charge. So already two reasons why he gets Malkut. Another one, and also you're not allowed to curse somebody who is not hearing, right? Shehu lav kolel kol Israel. So that means every Jew. Again, this is the reason. What's cheresh? Cheresh means quiet, or he's mute, right? So nobody hears it. So cheresh, mute, right? So hear what he says. He says, Hashem told Avraham Avinu, kalalecha or. So here's a raya that kalala happens when nobody hears. When he doesn't hear, you're afraid. You're not going to curse him to his face. Avraham Avinu, who's going to curse Avraham Avinu to his face? He just come out of Urkas Din, right? People like to curse him quietly, privately. So Hashem says, I will make it public. So the same thing, that if a Jew curses any Jew, he gets lashes. So now you have 3 lashes. This person who cursed one word, he came out from his mouth. One sentence, he cursed him. I see, he gets 3 times lashes for this. So again, as we explains. all the other this mitzvah is by males or females. This is in Eretz Israel and everywhere in the world. Okay, so meaning anybody who is, let's say, even outside of Eretz Israel, like right now, Arav Elyashiv, Allah Shalom, you know what he did? He paskined that we're not allowed to buy kidneys from China, right? Because the rumors came out, apparently Chinese kill 80,000 prisoners, whatever it is, political prisoners. They're claiming that those are very harsh prisoners. But anybody, once you declare that if Xing Ping Shming Ping is a Rasha, you're the worst criminal in the world. How can you say the president is bad? So they decreed 80,000 people are being murdered for what? It's called organ harvesting. They take their organs and they sell all over the world. So Rabbi Elyashiv got the wing of it. They asked him. So Rabbi Elyashiv Paskin, you're not allowed to what? Buy kidney from China for donations and for transplants. And the Chinese wanted to kill him. They went crazy. So obviously the Gdolador like this, if Nasi makes a rule that people outside of the Medina of the Eretz Israel will hate him, Chas v'shalom, they're also prohibited to curse him. So as we explained already, so now let's say if a son curses his father, you know many instances, unfortunately, the sons are jealous of their fathers, or want their father to die. Let's say Avshalom cursed David HaMelech, he would get 4 lashes. What's the 4 lashes? Not allowed to curse your father. So before. Okay, mitzvah number 72. So now we have rules about Masrot. And again, very important to note, many people confuse the Masera today of Masrot of the Torah. Masrot of the Torah have specific guidelines and specific order. And this is the mitzvah of 72, is talking about Masrot, which people have to Tevuah. As we said, that most Rishonim say it's asur to go to Eretz Israel, to live in Eretz Israel today. Today, you're not allowed to move to Eretz Israel unless one condition has to be met. What is the condition has to be met? It's Kedai to say it. The condition, according to old Rishonim, is that you're going there for one purpose and one purpose only. You want to elevate yourself in holiness by buying a land. You must buy land that actually grows produce. And you have to make sure you grow produce in it. And the reason why you're going to Eretz Israel is to elevate yourself to perform the mitzvot of Maasrot. Just to go there because it's a style, Maasrot of Torah, in the Torah, real Torah. Even though Maasrot today in Eretz Israel are still the Rabbanan, the land, the produce of the ground, all the Trumot and everything is the Rabbanan, because we're not we don't have real power of Eretz Israel. But still, today, the permission to go to Eretz Israel is on that condition. You can't go there because it sounds good and I want to sound, it's better for me and it's better for me. You have to go there for a purpose of elevating your neshama, and that's the only, because it says in the Gemara in many places that it's asur to move to Eretz Israel. It's asur until Hashem reveals His glory to us and brings us all back. But the only heter that we have, the only permission a Jew is allowed to go back to Eretz Israel is when he took on himself to do the mitzvot of Maasrot and wants to become holier. So mitzvah 72. שלא להקדים חוקי התבואות. שלא נקדים חוקי התבואה קצתם על הקצתם. You're not allowed to bring certain produce over the other produce. Meaning, if you have a produce that has to be brought down at a certain time, that comes first. There's an order. אלא שניצבים בסדר, וביאור העניין זה הוא שהחטא שתוודע ותנקה היא תבל. Okay, so we have a rule like this. All the grain that you gather in Eretz Israel, it's called tevel until you take over the masrot. Upirush tevel hi tevuah shelo utrama. Tevel means that wherever you gather, there has to be truma set for a kohen. Rabbi Moshe Bezrat Hashem, a kohen over here, who soon is going to come to us, all going to knock on our doors. Hello, don't be chayav truma. Don't be chayav eating tevel. What's tevel? Anybody eats tevel? If you don't take off truma to masrot, you chayav mitah. Tevel means any grain that was not taken off truma. If you didn't give kohen, Rabbi Moshe over here, your truma, all your grain, if you eat from it, it's chayav mitah. It's a big punishment. So therefore, Rabbi Moshe is going to knock on the doors. Hello, Am Israel, don't forget, kohanim, give your truma. Bezrat Hashem. Not like he's going to need it, but I'm just saying, in order to save Am Israel from Avera. That's the point of the kohanim. What was the kohanim was for? stand up a mishmar. Hello, Jews, stop doing averot. והחיוב עלינו בא להוציא ממנה תחילה תרומה גדולה. So first thing he says, you must take over the תרומה גדולה. ומן התורה אפילו חיטה אחת פותרת הקרי. So you have billion pounds of wheat grown. How much truma you have to give? How much? What? I don't know where you're coming from. The rabbi says over here 1 gram, 1 kernel. You gave 1 kernel for 1 billion pounds of truma of mazrot. Rabbi Moshe says, please don't come to me with 1 kernel. לא תרומה, לא שיעור, מן התורה. אוקיי, אבל חכמים אמרו שהיא חלק אחד מ-50. The rabbi say, no. מה זה? One kernel. You're going to make Rabbi Moshe is putting up flyers. Yeah, Nadav. Rabbi Moshe HaKohen spending money on flyers, making sure Jews don't do averot. Costs money, everything. מה זה you're going to give him one? How is he going to pay for the with 1 kernel? No, you have to give 2%. So you have 1 million pounds. You have to give 20,000 pounds of your stock to Rabbi Moshe to cover up the expenses of the flyers, to make sure you don't do averot.
Who's first?
What?
Who's first?
What do you mean? I'm first. Let's go. I'm jumping. Let's go. Anytime. ואחר כך ממה שנשאר החיוב עלינו להוציא ממנו מעשר, והוא נקרא מעשר ראשון. So now after that, what do you have left? 98%. You have 980,000 pounds of wheat grown. Now what do you do with it? From that, you take off maaser. From that, you take off 10th, which is maaser rishon. Okay? So that's the 10th. What is that? ואחר כך ממנו שנשאר, יש לנו להוציא מעשר אחד, והוא מעשר שני. So we have maaser, which is maaser. That 10th goes to the...
How much IRS taking?
Huh?
How much IRS taking?
1 second, we're not talking about that yet. We're not there yet. Maaser sheni. Now, so ותתנה לתרומה לכהן, ומעשר ראשון ללוי. So he says like this. Okay, Rabbi Aaron is right there. He wants the מעשר ראשון. מעשר ראשון, that's right. So how many? He's not like a Kohen. Kohen gets only 20,000 pounds of wheat. How much Rabbi Aaron is getting there? 98,000. 98,000, right? 10%. 980 left. So 98,000 pounds. Rabbi, what's his name? No?
So the Kohen gets 2%, he gets 10%?
No, yeah.
No. You have to give out 12% of your...
We're not done yet. We're not done yet. 1 second. 1 second. We just started. Yeah, we just started.
Because you give 2%, now on top of the 12, you put 10%.
Yeah. Wait, we're not finished yet.
Ray,
We're not
where do you
finished.
think IRS learning from?
But they went overboard.
No, 1 second. So again, no, that's actually less than 12% because 12% will be 120. It's 118,000. So you already gave away 118,000 pounds before you open your mouth, before you said anything. Okay, wait, we're not done yet.
Don't worry, everything will...
ומעשר שני יאכלו בעלי ירושלים. So then you have an obligation to take off another מעשר. So you have now 980 minus 98. You have 892, right? No, wait. You have to take 10% of 882. 10%. So 88,000 pounds. You have to take it to Eretz Israel. Yeah, to Yerushalayim. Sorry.
So you
have
got
to
10, 10.
1 second. No. So you have 2, 10, and 10. Now this 10 maaser is sheni. It's taken to Yerushalayim, and you have to eat it there. Meaning, obviously, you can't eat 88,000 pounds by yourself. You're gonna have to be mechalek to all the people there. וזה הסדר אנו חייבים בין שנפריש בין התבואה חלקים אלה. Okay, now, not always this maaser sheni. Maaser sheni or this maaser ani, right? We exchange it sometimes. So whatever. So practically speaking, about 20% are you give away. Right. So good. So that's what the Gemara says. That's very important. Many people don't know that if you're going to continue learning Hafetz Chaim, we're going to make it clear to us. There is no such a thing business as 10%. People think I'll give 10%. Like I'm patur. I'm Israel. No. Am Israel took on ourselves to do the same thing as was customary. So according to Chazal, there is no unheard of 10%. It's always 20%. 20%. And depends how you do it. B'ezrat Hashem, if you have any questions, what's mutar, what's not asur, you could always reach out to Chacham and ask him. People that call us, we have special already formula. Even these days, because it's today's Maasrot is not deoraita. Today, what we do is not deoraita because it's money, and we don't have tvuah. We don't have in Eretz Israel. It's a question of the safek deoraita. So they do trumot Maasrot. That's why when you go shopping in Eretz Israel, the shuks, all the shuks, you have to make sure there's a big sign and if there's a big askama from some rabbi that says yes, Trumot Masrot was taken off from this produce, and if not, then you could still buy, and you're gonna do it al d'mai. You're allowed to take off certain parts of the fruit that you take over, but there's another question: is how you get rid of it.
So what's the point of it?
And how do you know? It's not so easy to throw it away. So how?
My son is taking it to away. So why?
Why? Okay, very simple. Because of d'mai. It's safek. It's a safek is doraita. Tevel is safek doraita. It's a chayav mitah. So you're ready to throw out a little bit and finish. It's not. There is no laws of bal tashchit. There is no laws of bal tashchit when it comes to safek. Safek sakana. You don't do. We don't worry about bal tashchit. So Gaon Mignon said it already many times. It's brought down that we don't care about bal tashchit when it comes to safekot of harm. There's going to be harm. What's a safek? There's no. You throw out and finished. Okay, because the whole thing about tashchit is vadai. You're not allowed to take out something and throw out when what's his name? When it's a good item. That's not allowed. Just when it's 100% edible and it's good. But over here also, food, when you eat a meal, you're supposed to leave a piece on the side. What about tashchit? It's not tashchit because it's good for you, because we say that the mazikim also want to eat. The mazikim want to eat, and if you eat the whole thing according to the Zohar, they harm you. So we leave it aside. So safek. When we are in safek, we don't worry about tashchit. Yeah, what do you want to say? And besides, Ben Ish Chai, just 1 second. Ben Ish Chai also says that you leave a piece. What's the kavanah? Don't worry about mazikim. Don't worry about the shedim. They're going to harm you. Say like this: I'm leaving a piece. Maybe a poor person will come in and eat from it, and you be surprised. Even though Baruch Hashem, we're all Easternists today, we're all finicky. We don't eat from other people. But if a poor pauper who is mamish has nothing else to eat, he'll eat it in a second. Okay, what was the question, Rabbi Yoram?
No, why don't we, instead of throwing to the garbage, why we don't give it to the Kohen or to
No, because it's safek. Safek, the Kohen. We don't know. We love Rabbi Moshe Kohen, and we know that he's a safek. He's a Kohen, but we don't want to start up with him. We don't want to start up.
Who is Kohen, who is Levi?
No, we're not. Again, it has to be. It has to be 1,000%. The only Kohanim that I know that we could trust that is a Kohen. If you see the family of them, all family die by the age of 18. All boys are dying by age of 18. You know the Kohanim real.
Oh.
That is the sign from who? Eli? By 18.
18?
Yeah, before 18 they have to die. That's why they have to get married early. That's why I'm very much against Agudas Yisrael. I'm fighting with them day and night. In America they made a change the law, and it's all over the world now. You can't get married by 17. How are these Kohanim supposed to have children? Supposed to get married by 14, 15. Yeah, by 18. If you see Kohanim dying at a very young age, sometimes they die later, by 20, by 25, 30, because they learn Torah. As we know, Torah protects them. But by the age of 18, they have to die. This Kohanim, this is from the Mishpachat Eli.
הילדים של אהרון מתו בגיל 18?
No, Eli, Mishpachat Eli Dafka. Eli, that he was cursed because he did not reprimand his children, so Hashem gave him a curse. The Gemara says, how can they prolong their life? By learning Torah and doing Gemilut Chasadim. So Baruch Hashem, Rabbi Moshe probably is probably a Kohen. Baruch Hashem is learning Torah and he's doing a lot of Gemilut Chasadim. But still, since we're in Safek, we don't give him Trumot because it's a question. But soon, Bezrat Hashem, what's a Shaila? Rabbi Moshe is waiting already. He's geared up. He's geared up with his rope. He's geared up with his rope. He's going to start screaming, "Hello, Jews! Don't do averot. Don't eat from your grain until you take off the truma." So same too. If you have a person who took off maaser before trumot, maaser sheni before maaser rishon, he played around with the order. He is transgressing in the mitzvot hamelech. But in this instance, we don't give him lashes. The Torah says because he already did masrot. Really, he did. Okay, so he didn't do the proper order, but in reality, he did the masrot, and therefore he doesn't get lashed. Have a wonderful day, guys. Make a lot of money without any struggle. Now, Yeshivat Shalom Bayit continues. We have now Gemara.